All right, friends. My name is Drew Cope here with Cope Home Repairs, Pennsylvania licensed, Pennsylvania registered home improvement contractor number 88078. With my friend Anthony Scheirer. Anthony's been a licensed public adjuster for the past 4 years. He and I met at a networking event probably 2 years ago, and he educated me a little bit on what he does, and we've actually been able to connect him with several of our customers who he has helped out in a number of different situations. And I wanted to get him here and do just a quick interview with him to educate our clients and those who follow our Facebook page with some very important information regarding specifically the wind damage that came through. I mean, that was a massive storm that just came through our area recently. And a lot of people had shingle blow-offs, siding blow-offs, and this is an area where Anthony really specializes in helping our clients. So, Anthony, you educated me a while back that when a customer has shingles blow off their roof, that there's certain provisions in their homeowner's contract that it's really kind of important they know about. Can you kind of bring us up to speed and pick up there and start to educate our folks on what they need to know if they've lost shingles in the storm?
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest issue is your insurance is to bring you back to what you were before. So, it's to indemnify. So, if you're missing a single shingle, they would, most often an insurance company or even homeowners want to do a roof patch because they think it's less expensive, or that's all the insurance company will pay for. But in reality, most homeowners policies, you get a whole entire slope, if not the whole entire roof, depending on what other damage is up there from that storm that you may not have noticed. Missing shingle crack is easy to see, but a cracked shingle is a lot harder. So we would go up on the roof and do a thorough investigation to make sure that we find all the damage, and then proceed from there.
So what would happen if that homeowner lost 2 shingles? They're like, I don't want to mess with it, and they hire me to go up and I put 3 shingles back up for them, and it's not really a perfect match because of sun fading and differences in manufacturing, and it's not there. And then let's say later this year, another storm comes through and takes off, a whole mess of it. Does our patch job impact what they might get down the road?
Yeah, because at that point, you had a patch, so they can theoretically pay you for another patch instead of the whole roof. So when you go ahead and put a patch on, you're really affecting a future claim. So what you want to do is at least have a slope done, or if it's damaged the whole entire roof, and that way if something happens in the future, you can say, well, I had a roof to begin with that's not patched. I should not have another one that's not.
Because if you're a homeowner and you're maintaining this house and at some point you're going to sell it, it really kind of hurts the curb appeal if somebody looks up at your roof and they see that you've got all these shingles that all match, and then there's like 3 or 4 that are oddballs that really don't fit, right?
Yeah, it really doesn't help realtors sell a home for more money. It's really, and it's a shame because it sounds like a quick, easy fix, and a lot of times the insurance companies, that's what they say. Well, that's what we owe you. You're missing a shingle. And the contractors really don't have any leverage against the insurance company because, every insurance policy is different. And we had that one claim we did with your client where his policy said that if your roof's 15 years old, we're only paying for half the replacement of the roof, and every year it gets older, you're going to pay less and less. So it's all about the policy, what it really boils down to, and everybody has these. They think an Allstate policy is the same as a farmer's policy, is the same as a nationwide policy, and they're not. There's never apples and oranges, and buying insurance based on price is really risky, as we saw with that one client.
Yeah, and we're going to get into that here in a second. Let me ask one other question before we go there. So I know there's a lot of contractors out there that have gone to a homeowner and said, "Oh, don't worry about your insurance company. I can talk to them for you." So if I were to go and try to, call up somebody, State Farm, Allstate, Geico, whoever, and try to negotiate them on behalf of the homeowner, is that right? Am I allowed to do that as a contractor?
Well, legally, no. As a contractor, you have to be a licensed public insurance adjuster, or sell insurance, or be an attorney to give insurance advice to a client. So as a contractor, you can give as much advice on materials and time and estimates. That's great. But when it comes down to what the homeowners owed according to that policy, it's not. You have 4 different roofers that give you 4 different prices. So what are you actually owed? Can you use the big estimate to get the money and pay the lower estimate guy? Can you profit on an insurance claim? Most contractors will say, no, you can't profit on an insurance claim, and this is how we've always done it. Well, it doesn't make it right. And as a homeowner, you really want to make sure. I'm a huge fan of representation, right? So, if you're going to buy or sell a house, you're going to use a realtor. If you're going to have a tax issue, you need a CPA. So being represented is key, and statistics show that. But as far as contractors go, and there's a whole world of unlicensed practice of public adjusting. There have been lawsuits after lawsuit, and huge in Texas. Well, actually, let's go down to Florida. Florida, it's actually a Class 3 felony for a contractor to help with insurance claims. It's
Wow.
just a conflict of interest because the homeowner gets left out because that homeowner, they don't know, right? And they're relying on the contractor. And the contractor, well, he wants to get the work, and he thinks he's working for that homeowner, but in reality, he doesn't even know what the homeowner's owed according to the policy, and the policy's a contract. And there are certain things you have to do. You have duties after loss, and there's a lot of hoops to jump through. And the insurance company can, for whatever reason, take any of those hoops and say, well, you didn't comply, and we're not paying your claim, or we're not paying a part of your claim. It's unfortunate that the storm chasers come out, and a lot of them, I have so many clients where they signed over their assignment of benefits, right? So now the insurance company's paying that contractor, and the contractor gets the first check and disappears. So then what do they do? So as a homeowner, you want to control your money. So get a settlement from the insurance company without a contractor. If the insurance company asks you to use a contractor, well, that's like a divorce attorney saying, hey, you might as well use a contractor to help settle this divorce. It's kind of the same thing. Or you're relying on the opposition's representation to give you a fair settlement. And back to divorce, you would never rely on your spouse's attorney to give a proper settlement. And that's kind of what we're talking about here.
And then we've had a couple of conversations with homeowners where, they've been with a certain agent for the last 20, 30 years, where their mentality is, my agent will take care of me. I'm going to call my agent. My agent's going to negotiate on my behalf with the claims department. My agent's really going to take good care of me. In your experience, is that reality? Do the agents kind of have that sort of swing with the claims department?
Really they don't, and that's why your agent doesn't come out and adjust your loss. Most of us love our agents. They're our friends, they're our family. Somebody just got a job. Hey, I'm selling this insurance. Let me write your policy. And as long as they save you $1, hey, you're going to go with them, right? It's your family. You're helping them out, and you're saving money. But when it comes time for a claim, that same person will give the shirt off their back to make you happy. And the insurance companies a long time ago said, ooh, that's going to cost us a lot of money. So we're going to send this guy out that we trained to handle the insurance claim, to represent the insurance company's interests. So there's really, it doesn't matter how much that agent thinks they're helping their client. They really don't even know what the client's owed according to the policy in the settlement. So they're salesmen. They can sell insurance. It's fantastic. But when it comes time to settlement, it's a contract. And there's things that you're owed, and there's court cases, and there's all sorts of things that we fall back on to say, no, you owe our client this, and you got to pay. So then we go back and forth. So if we don't agree with the insurance company, then it goes to appraisal. And a lot of insurance policies nowadays don't have an appraisal clause. So an appraisal is a third party that judges who gets what. And since the insurance contract is written very, very vague, you can read any line of that, and it'll say, you're denied, you're denied, you're denied. We don't cover that. That's excluded. That's excluded. Well, but it all depends. Well, kind of, sort of, but in this case, it's like this, and no, there's coverage. And so it's just the homeowners doesn't have the proper footing to negotiate their own settlement, and contractors, they don't have any right to help a client settle their claim, but the homeowner kind of thinks he does. And actually, it's going backwards. That homeowner has more leverage against the insurance company than a contractor does. It's a really crazy situation. But the agent, I love the agents. They do a great job, but most of them don't know what the competition has. They don't know that Allstate has all these exclusions and State Farm doesn't. They might be selling one product. That's what they know. And there's 200 insurance companies. Allstate has like 24 policies out there. So you never know what you're getting until it's too late. So that's why we always go and do policy reviews for homeowners for free, just to make sure that if they have a claim in the future, hey, they're off to a good start. And we make recommendations so that they can go back to their agent and say, hey, listen, I met with a public adjuster and he says I should have this. And if it fits your budget, get it. If it doesn't, then, well, at least we told you what your risks are, a little bit better.
So let's get into kind of the two ways that you can help our clients, and you just touched on that a little bit. So if there's a client here with Cope Home Repairs and you just bought a house, you've had this insurance policy for years, whatever the case may be, you may not necessarily know what's in there. You offer a free review. Can you explain that to us and what you can do for our clients in that sense before they have a disaster?
Yeah, it's fantastic. So the first time you meet with your public adjuster should not be when your house is burnt down or a tornado ripped through it. You're at your wit's end and you're devastated. Now here comes this stranger who's supposed to be like a Superman to help you deal with the insurance company. So we work a little bit different. We'll sit down with the homeowner, absolutely free. Call me. I will come all day, all week, at any time, on the weekends, doesn't matter. I'll sit down with you and go over your policy. I'll let you know a little bit about what your policy has and doesn't have and the other options that are out there that you might want to consider, specifically endorsements. A lot of people don't have the proper endorsements for like jewelry, collection, stamps, guns, stuff like that. And those things are pretty much worthless in an insurance policy. If somebody comes in your house and steals all your jewelry, every single bit of it, you have $2,500 in your policy, right? Some might have $3,500. So you have to get the rider. You have to get those things appraised so that there's no question what it costs. And then when you get them appraised, now it brings in lost or stolen. So if that diamond pops out at the beach, well, insurance company owes you a new diamond, and there's no deductible because you bought extra coverage. Right, so it's pretty. If you want to make sure you have a comprehensive policy, you want to have somebody who doesn't sell insurance, somebody who doesn't work for the insurance company, to come and give you an evaluation of it. And that way, we're independent, we're third party, and the only way I make money is if I get you money from the insurance company. So it behooves me for you to have a better policy, so that we can get the most out of the insurance if that happens.
All right, and then the second place is. Now here we are in this situation where wind is taken off shingles, it's taken off siding, and I'm starting to hand your phone number out to people and say, look, you really need to call Anthony. I can come out and take a look, but you really need to talk to him and figure out what's going on. And I understand that there's a little bit difference if they contact you first or if they contact the insurance company first. It kind of makes your job a little bit harder and maybe it costs a little bit more. You want to talk about on the second side of this, so once they've had damage, what they need to do?
Yeah, everybody's initial reaction is to either call the insurance company or call a restoration company. And those two things can actually cost you a lot of money, whether you know it or not. So insurance companies, when you have an insurance claim, they can't single you out and raise your rates. But what they can do is take away claims-free discount. So a claims-free discount, a lot of people have them, a lot of people don't have them. So like every 3 years, if you don't have any claims, you qualify for a discount called claims-free discount. But making a phone call to the insurance company to say, hey, I have this missing shingle. Should I put in an insurance claim? And their reaction is, no, just get a roofer to put on a patch because that's the cheapest way. You have a $1,000 deductible or whatever have you. So they talk you out of that, but little do you know that your rates are going up because you lost a claims-free discount because you made a phone call asking about coverage, right? They record everything, and the file number that they record, it's a claim number. So in their eyes, it's a claim that you called in that they didn't pay, right? But it gives them power to pretty much raise your rate. So if you call me, it's free. I'll let you know if it doesn't make sense to put an insurance claim. I want to do what's right for I'm a fiduciary. So we want to do what's right for the client. So our goal is to protect them. And the first thing to do is, hey, call me, right? The other thing that happens is they call in a restoration company. If a broken pipe or something happens, right? Frozen pipes this time of year. So now the restoration company comes in and it sucks out the water, like it never really happened. And before they start doing that, they make you fill out a work authorization. Say, hey, sign this for us. We have to get this paperwork signed in order to start work. And you don't read it because you're at your wit's end. Yeah, fix my house, right? There's water everywhere. Well, what that contract says, what that says is we're going to do what we want. If insurance company doesn't pay, you still owe. And if you don't pay, we're going to put a lien on your house. So now, let's say the client doesn't have a policy that covers broken pipes. You can have a basic policy, doesn't cover water damage. So now they have a $10,000 bill that they have to pay, or there's going to be a lien on the house. If you call me first. We have restoration companies we can call in. We have roofers we can call. We have other people that we can come help, but if there's any question whether it's an insurance claim or not, call in a public adjuster. It's absolutely free, and you're not going to risk losing money for calling a restoration company or calling an insurance company. And you know, the only way, like I said, the only way I can get paid is if you agree to use my services, that, you know, and then we go and negotiate with the insurance company. It's pretty simple. But a lot of people just don't even know they have that option. Yeah.
So what else haven't I asked that I probably should have that the homeowner needs to be educated on as they think about their homeowner's policy, as they think about potential damages in these storms, and when it comes to A, looking at their policies up front, or B, negotiating after there's a challenge?
So, you know, what I want everybody to know is I can reopen claims that are up to a year from the date of loss. So with this windstorm we had over the weekend, the snowstorm, we actually have 11 or so months to work on your behalf. So if you already called the insurance company, you had a contract or work with the insurance company, I can double check that settlement and see if you're owed more money. If you're not owed more money, it doesn't cost you a penny to have me do. It's one of those, there's no reason not to do it. I'm pretty confident that we can double almost every single settlement. Double, if not thousands of percent more. It's just unbelievable how little people are getting paid. And even if you were denied a claim, you call the insurance company and said, yeah, no, you shouldn't do it. You have a $1,000 deductible. You don't even have that in the bank, and blah, blah, blah. Listen, we can double check those things to make sure that you didn't get wrongfully denied. And we overturn 75% of denials that we come across. That's big.
Wow. Yeah, that is huge. Well, Anthony, what's a good phone number where folks can reach you at if they want to take you up on your offer for a free review of the policies, or if they have had damages and they want to get you to negotiate on their behalf, or at least have that conversation with you to find out if it makes sense?
Yeah, my phone number is 484-788-3190. That's 484-788-3190. You can get me on, I have a Facebook page, Anthony Scheirer, Public Insurance Adjuster. I put a lot of useful information out there. I'm easy to find. Absolutely.
So, folks, this is Drew with Cope Home Repairs. Anthony has helped several of our clients. He's done an awesome job getting them what they were really entitled to, especially when the insurance company had initially said, no, this is all you're getting. And Anthony turned around and got them a lot more. It's definitely worth having a phone call. I recommend it to anybody who's got a single shingle blow-off. It's worth having them take a look at what's going on. Again, my name is Drew Cope with Cope Home Repairs. My wife and I and our team do look forward to serving you soon. Our phone number, 484-748-0008, option 2 for Cope Home Repairs and option 2 for new projects. We'd be happy to help you out, get everything straightened out. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Cope Home Services. Anthony, thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for educating our folks. And hopefully we can help people get made whole again after this storm. I appreciate your time today.
I'm here to help. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Everybody, have a good day. Bye for now.